they'll blanket you in Wi-Fi and profit off the rate.
Glued to them screens, it's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rumors that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. The pomp proceed as mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to Middle Path this Thursday before Christmas. It's a festive, beautiful time of the year, and here we are together to celebrate and uplift and clarify some things that I've always had misunderstandings about, or I often had in the past, and I have few of them I was just clarifying today, going, whoa, really? So I'm excited to share some of those with you. And of course, on Middle Path, we also always aim to bring the spiritual into our practical lived reality by doing at least a practice or more, which we can apply during the show and then forever after. Forever after the show, you can use these practices again as you please. And the point of practicing spiritual practices and intentions is to have that discipline, and not because you're trying to form yourself into something you're not, or you're trying to like mold the clay into a certain form, right? That's not really the idea of it. The idea of it is that the more presence you bring to yourself, the more presence you bring to yourself. The more you sit with yourself and your body and awareness, the more body-centered awareness you have. So it's really, the discipline is about bringing it more and more and more present. And someday you stop and you look back and you go, wow, I'm present most of the time now. And it really is true that most people are not present almost ever. Not only are they not most of the time, they rarely have moments of true presence with themselves in the moment, right? That in itself is a big achievement for many people. Then if we want to get really serious and open up even deeper and have the more profound levels of experiences, those disciplines and that awareness are key. They're crucial. They come in clutch, right? To open up those things for us. Those you might want to join Brighter You, or the meditations that we do twice a week. We just had another powerful one today. And they feel so good. It feels so good. 100% of the people who have done Brighter You came out the other side going, wow, I had no idea I was actually psychic and capable of having visions and having messages, receiving them from my guides and my allies. And now I know for a fact that I am, including verified experiences that you couldn't have known otherwise, right? So super cool if you're into going even deeper than we go on Middle Path, and Brighter You is for you. We are starting sometime in mid-January or early January. I haven't fully decided yet. I just wanted to make sure that we do a Brighter You session in between each One Day of Brightness. And One Day of Brightness was awesome, and that was this last Sunday, the 19th. Wow. Anyone who's there knows, and anyone who hasn't been to a One Day of Brightness still has no idea why. These are so powerful, and they really are powerful because of the group. And same with the meditations we do, and same with Brighter You, honestly. People are like, you're such a good teacher, it's so great, and you helped me do all this, and I'm so grateful that I could be that. And the truth is that it's all of us in any group that are bringing the whole, right? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and it's very absolutely true. It's especially true on the spiritual level. So it's so cool. It's so cool I get to help people meditate, help people do more than they thought possible, and reach even higher depths and widen their spiritual channels with Brighter You. I'm so grateful for that. So if you're called to do it, go do it. It's on rogueways.org. I am, of course, Middle Path is a Rockfin exclusive, so if you're on YouTube right now, there's a few of you over there, you may want to jump over to Rockfin to be able to see it. Sometimes I do Middle Path as a supporter exclusive too, and so you're a supporter on Rockfin, you get access. And even when I don't, in times like today where this is free, I want everyone to be able to access it. I will become premium content only after it is live streamed. So there are so many reasons to become a supporter as well. But it's also free. Rockfin is free. You don't have to be a supporter there. You can go watch many live streams like this one and others that I do for free. And it's just like any other platform. You just create a login and now you're there and you can watch everybody's. There's so many cool creators, content producers over there on Rockfin of all sorts of varieties. So go check it out. What's up, Gordon Hamill in the chat? Jenny B, beautiful face yourself. Andy B, Lindsay is indeed beautiful. Oh, thank you. You guys are just making me feel so loved. I love you. Mojo in the YouTube chat. Nice to see you. Love all around. We are such a loving group here. Sometimes the holidays are really, really stressful and they really bring out some of the worst. And there's so many reasons for that. And I don't begrudge anyone that because it's really hard. Some of us don't have the people we used to spend the holidays with, whether because they, left this realm and moved on, or because they consciously did by buying into all the shit. And they're like, you can't come over unless you force yourself to do a thing you have chosen at the soul level not to do. And it's crazy and it's zany. So a lot of us have lost, what we used to do on the holidays. And that's really sad. It's really hard to deal with. So there's that. And then it's also, it's just stressful for a lot of people. You have to travel, you have to drive, you have to buy a bunch of shit you don't really want to buy just to exchange gifts with people, and they're going to give you shit you didn't really want. Sometimes it's like that. It's very materialistic, and, that's just the tradition, and it just doesn't feel that great to some of us. Or for various other reasons. It should just be a really hard time of year. And then for other of us, it's the most exciting part of the year. And we get to see our family again and our friends again. And we get to buy and give all these gifts. And all these things are so fun and exciting. And it's really beautiful. And even that can be stressful and overwhelming. So it's normal to be any of those things right now. And wherever you are at with this holiday time, I hope this show helps you center, ground, and just feel good and uplifted. Travis, what's up in the chat? Nice to see you as well. So, I do want to share a few things before I switch over to Rockfin only. And that are just some of this. I'm not going to read this out loud because the video would be censored. But you can see the main image and title on the page right now. And this is something that with permission, anyone can reproduce this. So if you go read this thing that you see on your screen, offering you certain ways of making yourself healthy, especially in the face of forced tyranny, then you can reproduce it anywhere. This is permission from a doctor whose name I won't mention because then this will also be suppressed just by the mention of his name. He's very famous. You've probably heard of him, and now his articles are only published for 48 hours before he takes them down again, but he therefore gives permission for anyone to host them on their own way. And The Last American Vagabond uses a very similar method, and it's very effective. So I have it posted here on my site for anyone to use as a resource, and you may also reproduce that anywhere or just share the link around with people you know. A lot of us have talked about ways to do this detoxing, and there's all kinds of ideas, and this is actually all based on evidence. It's all evidence-based, and so you can share that with anybody, and they can feel good and safe about doing these things. And like I said to another person today, even if you don't feel like you need things like this, a detox will never hurt you. And I mean, it might actually hurt. You might have headaches and nausea and things because sometimes when we're detoxing, we have those symptoms. But what I mean was it will leave you healthier if you do these. So even if you kind of are I don't know for sure, it's not like you can't try these things, right? They're all safe. They're all safe and effective, unlike some things that are supposedly safe and effective. So I wanted to draw your attention to that just in case it helps you, in case you want to share it with anybody. And I always want to draw your attention. Well, One Day of Brightness I would, but we just did it. But you actually can buy your ticket for Spring Solstice. Woo! Even just saying that, I feel how powerful it is, and I'm very excited. So you can go check that out and get your ticket already if you like. But always, I want to draw your attention. First of all, the testimonials page is brand new, and people are sharing, their experience with, especially the ceremonies, the healing ceremonies that I do, which often bring past life traumas to light and release them, which often also may involve soul retrieval and just a lot of things. And I say this all the time. There's a lot of healers out there, supposedly. There's a lot of real ones, and there's a lot of fake ass ones. And the way you know for sure if something has worked is by looking at your life and saying, has it changed? Has my life changed since that? Have my behaviors, my experiences, my feelings, my thoughts, or anything else, has it shifted? And these people, and everyone, honestly, who I've worked with, their experience is, yes, their life has changed dramatically in many ways. Sometimes with people, they're like, I can't even explain why this relationship that's been horrible for years is suddenly positive, and this, my job has just changed, and all of this stuff that feels like it's not us. It feels like it's outside of us, and it feels like it's happening to us. And then we have these healings, and we realize our role in it was actually more significant than we thought. And that shift just occurs when you do this type of work. So there is a testimonials page. Not all the testimonials are there, but some really nice ones that I've managed to get up so far are there. The Brighter You testimonials, of course, you have to go to the actual shop and find the Brighter You course to read them. Of course, there's the tarot readings, there's the blessings we just talked about, there's all kinds of Orgo and Orgonite pendants and accumulators that you can grab, and the books that I write are also available both in published form where I can inscribe it and send it to you, and also as a PDF. But Brighter You is actually a whole category of things that are various classes I lead, the meditations that I lead twice a week, and the 1 day of brightness itself. You can see here the spring equinox one is up, but Brighter You as a course is also in this category. And if you click on that, you can not only get a better idea of what Brighter You is actually about, but you can also go down and see there are reviews here just on the course itself. I didn't force these people or pay them to write these reviews or leave 5 stars. These are just the people who have provided their reviews so far and their genuine response to having done the course. And it's interesting to read because there's a whole range of places people started and a whole range of places they ended up, but everybody agreed that where they ended up was much clearer and brighter and more spiritually connected and powerful than when they started. And that's the goal of Brighter You. So I'll stop talking about that. I think that's all I wanted to draw your attention to on the site. I think also I'll just mention this, that a lot of places in my site you can find a link to Phoenix Aurelius's lab in Apothecary. It's at the end of a lot of my articles, and it's also down here at the bottom of every page. And if you click on this, I actually get a little affiliate bump from anything you buy. And he does have some awesome sales going on right now. Right now, Yuletide is the coupon code that gets you 25% off anything in the Apothecary. So if you click over from rogueways.org, I get a little bonus. It costs you nothing. I just get a little bump. So if you like Rogueways, it's just one way to support it. And you get this 25% off the Apothecary right now. The Apothecary has all kinds of stuff in it, including a lot of the things that we mentioned may help you detox. And so I'm getting some myself, just to support myself. I did not take any procedures, but I wonder about shedding and things, and I just know these things won't hurt and they'll only help. So the Apothecary is a powerful place to search for any herb or plant that you know of that might help you, and grab a potent spagyric. Just a few drops a day holds all the energy and the information that your body needs to heal. Super cool. This is the power of alchemy. And I really also, I don't know if I can find it now. Where would it be? Is it tools and resources under media? I'm not sure. But he has a calendar, astronomical calendar for 2022. This is a calendar, you want to have a calendar for 2022, right? Well, you may as well get this one. It has all of the solar, all of the lunar, and all of the astrological transitions and times all on the calendar already for you. So any day you can just look at and be like, okay, today's a full moon, Aries is in whatever, or, the moon's in Aries or whatever. All these things are just there. And so I know a lot of people are making these for themselves, which is also really cool. But if you don't want to do that and you want to just borrow it from someone who's already done all the work, that's here too. Lots of cool stuff on Phoenix's site. Anyways, I wanted to draw your attention there mostly for the healing factor of the detox elements that you might be looking for. This is the most trusted source I could possibly offer anyone. And it just so happens that you have this discount right now. And it just so happens if you click over from Rogueways, I get a little boost. So those are all the things that are true. And now we're going to move into a practice. And we only do that over on Rockfin. And the whole rest of the show is over on Rockfin. So if you are into it and you want to join us, hey, all of you guys over on YouTube, just hop over to Rockfin. The link is literally right below you. You can just click on it and go straight to this stream. You don't even have to find me or find this episode. You just click over, make your account, and you can watch with us. What's up, Sonia? I hope you come over. Raven Page, season's greetings to you. All right, I will see everybody who's not on Rockfin next time. Much love to you. Sorry that YouTube is so full of censorship. We love you.